Hi, I'm Patty with StudioR12 Stencils, and today I'm going to show you drop shadowing. Drop shadow is where you put a slight underline on one side of your letters and down or up from your letters. Sounds complicated. If you try to do it with a liner brush, you have to be so pro, and it's so much harder, but I'm going to show you how to do it through a stencil. You're going to love this technique. See how this is kind of blah? I'm going to change it into something that looks shazowie. You're gonna love it. Hey guys, so this is a problem that a lot of painters experience. You paint your sign, you love your background, you did a little bit of finish maybe or whatever. I did this plain so you could see the details. And you put your white on your lighter teal color, and then suddenly you can't tell what the sign says. You can't see anything. So what do you need to do? Like, you can't make it the white brighter and you don't want the teal to change colors. So you have to do something, but you don't know what to do. Drop shadow. That's the answer. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you just a really quick how to do a drop shadow using your stencil. You won't believe how easy it is. And I can't believe it myself. It blew my hippie noodle the day I found this out. So I will share that story and I'll show you how to do it. So come on in close. Here's what we're going to do. So I added my white through my stencil, and I'll get it lined back up. Added my white through my stencil, and then when I peeled my stencil off, it was that kind of blah, not very interesting look to it. So using my humble and kind sign as the example, I had added this black line on all of the lettering in here to make that really pop out. Okay, so the way that we're going to do that is we're going to use our stencil and we're just going to slide it over, do some black, put the white back over. It's going to be a snap. You won't believe how easy. So let me show you how to do it. So I've already got my white on there. You're always going to start with whatever color in the position you want it. And then I'm going to line it up. Okay, so lining up is always a little bit tricky. And then I'm going to drop it down and I'm going to drop it over. I always tend to go to the left and I go to the lower. You can go right and up, or if you want to, it doesn't matter. But using the stencil is like the magic. I'm going to get some tape. This is not sliding with my fingers. If you take 2 pieces of tape, when you're doing this, it makes it easier to slide around. Okay, so just grab it. Okay, so that's in place. Oops, my always is not. There we go. That's in place. Now I'm going to go down, and you notice right over here, you can really see the dark that's the teal instead of the light. You can make it a little bit bigger and deeper if you want to. And then your key is to make sure, ooh, this is a really good telling place right here. See how long and even that is? It shows me that I've got it nailed, that it's an even amount. It's even up here, it's even here, so that's good. So now I'll take this, lift it up. Now I'm going to slide it over to the left and look around and see if I've got it even. Okay. I'm just jockeying it around just a little bit. Press my tape down. You always want to tape in 2 places. I'm going to get my dome stencil brush. That's how you're not going to bleed under, but I'll talk about that in another video. Make sure you check out our YouTube channel. We have so many videos to teach you all of the wonderful technical things, little tips, little tricks that will make everything that you do better. Okay, so we're going to paint all of these words in the middle black again. Well, black for the first time. Gonna use our brush, we're gonna wipe it off. You wipe off almost all the paint. That will help you not bleed under. And we're not doing the always stay, we're doing the humble and kind. So I'm just gonna scumble or swirl. Pick up more paint, spend some more time on the paper towel. You always wipe off. That will give you the best results. And I'll get that just base coat it on top. It's super easy. And I'm not using a lot of paint, so I'm not bleeding under. I'm not going super fast, not being in a hurry. My brush is dry, my paper towel is dry. Just a nice even coat. If you're a stippler and you wanted to, you could do that. I like the even coat that we get with swirling. Okay, now we're on to our and. So see how fast swirling goes? And I'm gonna peek, I'm a peeker. Okay, so that's a nice color. Got a little bit of schmutz there from my paper towel. That's a nice color. We could go a little heavier if we want to. It's kind of a soft look on this sign. Maybe I'll darken it up. Let's get the kind done. Okay, this is gonna be, so when I was teaching at a trade show, I always drop shadow with my liner brush. If you don't know how to run a liner brush, it can be like a tragic day in the painting world. So if you can't do that, then you can't really drop shadow. And one day somebody was drop shadowing through a stencil and it absolutely blew my hippie noodle. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is like gonna save so many people's bacon. All right, so we're gonna go up there, we're gonna add a little bit more. So this is the boring part, just getting it all based, but I really want you to see the whole effect. Notice I'm always going back to my paper towel. Always, always onto the paper towel. I'm gonna go and we're gonna go up and down. All right, it's getting to the point. We're gonna take the stencil off. We're gonna reposition it. Hope you're getting excited because this is such a fun, fast technique. Okay, and you don't have to worry about basting over the black or over the white. So I'm going to pick that up. Still need my glasses. And we're going to lift. And now you see that we actually have, this is kind of fun, we actually have a white drop shadow that's to the up and to the right. So that's what it would look like if you did it with black with a white drop shadow or an up shadow, I guess. So I am going to hit the blow dryer for a hot second just to make sure that's dry. Okay. And now we position this stencil right back on the white of the letter. So that white gave us a starting line. And I'm not always the fastest at repositioning. However, if you take your time, you'll get it nailed just exactly right. Sometimes I lift it to see like where my line is. Yeah. Okay. Now, the unfortunate part about this is you have to paint everything white again. So I'm going to get a new dome brush. The dome brushes work because they're domed at the top instead of being flat and pushing the paint under your stencil. I'm going to use a cream color with a little bit of white in it. I'm going to flip my paper towel over. Don't be afraid to mix your paints. That's what makes magic. You're making your own colors, you're making your own story. Be you. Okay, and we'll wipe that off. Pick up our paint. Now, this is where I'm going to say we're not going to swirl. I have to put white paint over black paint, and you can imagine how difficult that's going to be. So what we're going to do is now we're going to stipple. Stipple covers, it's very solid coloring, and it makes it like super, like a heavier coat. It's still going to take 2 coats for this. White over black is just always going to be that way. Always wipe off on your paper towel, and you just stipple, stipple, stipple. And it's just slower. So make sure that you visit the YouTube channel if you're seeing this someplace not on YouTube, if you're on our website or whatever. Our website is StudioR12.com if you're not on our website. And if you get onto YouTube, make sure that you go subscribe and ring the bell because we have lots and lots of fun content for you. Okay. And if you hit the bell, it'll tell you when we have new stuff to see. So you get the latest and greatest. All right. So the magic, if you have problems with bleeding under your stencils, the magic that you need to see is going to be about this brush. Let's get a new paper towel. Stipple, stipple, stipple. And I think the reveal is going to really show you how amazing it looks to add a drop shadow. If you didn't ever think you needed to know how to drop shadow, you will now. You got to admit, though, it's much faster to swirl. Okay, make sure you drop any questions or comments down below. And we're happy to answer. We read every comment, try to reply to absolutely everything. So we care about what you guys care about. Okay, we're going to hit this with a blow dryer. And one more coat. You'll almost always see me holding my hand this way when I'm blow drying this way. And that is because if you've taught painting classes or you've been in painting classes for any time at all, your neighbor is sitting like right there. And so you don't want to like blow their papers or their paint or their brushes into their stuff. And so long time habit right there. Now I'm going to swirl. Swirling goes way faster. Every now and again, I'll get a stubborn area and I'll be like, ooh, you're going to need a little stippling. Those are those middle childs. I'm a middle child. Okay, swirl, swirl, swirl. This could probably use a third coat, but for boredom's sake and watching me just base coat these letters over and over, I'm not going to give it a third coat. I think this will show the demonstration. Okay, so coming up here, we're going to do the reveal. I'm getting excited. Okay, about there. If you do the clicking sound with your face, super helpful. Okay, so are we ready? I'm going to dry it first. This is a false start. I'm going to want to touch it and talk to you about it for a hot second, so I don't want to smear paint. Okay, you ready? Ready, ready, ready. Ah! Okay, look at how amazing that is. See the difference that drop shadow makes. It totally anchors the text. It makes it so much more exciting and interesting. You can read the sign, but it's not black letters on your teal. It just accents it. And honestly, if I used to do this again, I probably would do that in a very dark gray just to keep everything subtle. You could add just a little bit of antiquing in black to carry the color around. I think that now you know how to drop shadow with the stencil, and I think you're going to use it a lot. Enjoy. Hey Stencil fans, I hope that you enjoyed that video on drop shadowing. I know you're going to use it over and over again. And if you like the content, make sure that you subscribe and ring the bell on YouTube. And if you haven't seen our website, get to StudioR12.com and check out how many stencils we have. We have them for every occasion. I know that you're going to find exactly what you're looking for, and happy creating.
I like that a lot.